Coming up tonight, reforms rakes in changes to management of roads. Focusing on children's development, the next best step. Complaints on landlords on the rise. Cuba and Vietnam present letters of credence. Good evening, I'm Sandra Assam. By the 1st of January next year, a new body is expected to be up and running to oversee the management of all roads in the country. Local Government Permanent Secretary Taina Tangidakimbao says this is to create efficiency in the country. Tangidakimbao, who is also a board member of the National Roads of Fiji, says at the end of the day, roads are a very basic infrastructure needed for development.
It's a corporate body. When you talk about efficiency, things are going to be done in a corporate fashion. So we expect more corporate responsibility being exercised with regards to roads. So we expect too more efficiency in the system. We just have to talk about road condition in Fiji today to realize the significance and the importance of this reform towards Fiji Roads Authority. This government feels very strongly we have to look after the interest of our people, and the very significant infrastructure is roads. I mean, without roads we cannot do anything much. So we have to make our roads efficient, and it is the government's intention that it's not only the government roads from PWD, we have to look at municipal roads as well.
Children constitute nearly 40% of the entire Fijian population, and their well-being is central to the nation. Permanent Secretary for National Planning Peter Wise made these remarks while providing an overview of the report Children's Atlas of Social Indicators at the Holiday Inn in Suva recently.
Fiji has made significant progress in fulfilling children's rights and safeguarding their development and well-being. At the same time, it is clear that national averages for the country as a whole often hide differences based on location, gender or wealth. Urban and rural disparities are the most prominent, with children in urban areas experiencing better access to education, health and other services. This translates into real difference in children's survival and well-being. However, poverty is also a critical factor. Children living in poverty are the least likely to complete primary and secondary education.
Education is not only an important right in itself, there is also a strong correlation between low levels of education and poverty later in life. Therefore, government is fully committed to see more and more children complete their primary and secondary education.
Wise adds government continues its support towards existing initiatives such as the bus fare subsidy program, free textbooks, upgrading of school infrastructure and equipping of schools. UNICEF East Asia and Pacific Office Regional Director Daniel Toole congratulated some government initiatives such as the social protection system that provides a safety net for those who are most vulnerable and excluded. These include the Care and Protection Allowance, Family Assistance Program and the Food Voucher Program. Toole says these are critical investments and tools for reducing disparities.
Fiji has made a huge amount of progress. Today, most children survive, most children thrive. Most children go to school, most children finish school. Most children are immunized against the key killers. Most have good water. Most have good sanitation. And as we heard, very importantly, there are few poorer people today than there were in 2002. So congratulations to the government of Fiji, congratulations to all the partners, congratulations to everyone who has made that the reality for most Fijian children. That's an incredible accomplishment.
The report launched by the UNICEF and the Strategic Planning Ministry provides a snapshot of the situation of children in areas such as health, education and child protection, with a particular emphasis on the most vulnerable children. It reveals achievements and disparities for children existing within the country and also examines progress made towards achieving the UN Millennium Development Goals, in particular those goals and targets with special relevance to children.
His Excellency, the President of Fiji, Ratu Epeli Nailatikau, this morning received the letters of credence from the Ambassador Extraordinary of the Republic of Cuba, Her Excellency Mrs. Maria del Carmen Herrera Casiero. In presenting her letter of credence, Her Excellency Mrs. Casiero also delivered the well wishes of the Cuban President, Fidel Castro, to His Excellency the President and the people of Fiji. Fiji sent its first 4 students to study medicine in Cuba in 2010. Fiji established diplomatic relations with Cuba in 2003. Also this morning, the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, His Excellency Mr. Nguyen Hong Soong, presented his letter of credence to His Excellency the President. Fiji and Vietnam established diplomatic relations in 1993. A total of 499 complaints were registered with the Consumer Council of Fiji in the first quarter of this year. This equates to more than $1.1 million in monetary value. Out of the 499 complaints received from the 1st of January to the 15th of March, the Council is pleased to note that more than half were resolved through effective mediation.
A total of 283 cases were resolved through mediation amounting to more than $101,000. For only 2.5 months gone, with 449 complaints registered, Pramila Kumar says this shows a bad reflection on traders.
There are situations where it's difficult to solve in solving the case because the respondent is not willing to, or the complainant is demanding much more than what he or she should be. So in such cases, we refer the matter to Small Claims Tribunal. But definitely a high complaint indicates 2 things. One, consumers are aware of their rights, and secondly, poor enforcement. That's why the traders and service providers, they continue to reoffend.
44 complaints were referred to the Small Claims Tribunal, while 31 complaints were referred to the enforcement agencies like the Commerce Commission and the Food Unit at the Ministry of Health.
Yes, for the first quota, first quota for us is just 2.5 months, not even 3 months. The statistics is only for 2.5 months. And it shows that consumers have faith in the council, and because our system is more informal and we are able to solve the cases faster, they tend to come to us.
The second highest complaint received was on mobile phone products, followed by electronic goods, hire purchase and internet services.
Coming up after the break, swearing-in ceremony of new judge. Fiji Red Cross estimates 17,000 homes affected by floodwaters, and new body to look after management of municipal roads.